Every decision, big or small, moves you closer to your dreams or further away from them. Life is a constant chain of choices, each one shaping the direction of your future. Whether it's deciding to get out of bed early, spend time learning something new, or simply staying focused on your goals, these daily decisions create the foundation for success. Success is not a random event that appears out of nowhere. It's a result of small, consistent, and intentional actions taken over time. It's not about making one big move. It's about the thousands of small, deliberate steps you take every single day. Think about it. Every successful person you admire didn't reach where they are because of one lucky break. They reached it because day after day, they made decisions that aligned with their vision. They chose discipline over comfort, growth over excuses, and persistence over giving up. Those little moments, the ones that seem insignificant in the present, are actually shaping your destiny. Every time you choose to procrastinate, you delay your dream. Every time you decide to push through discomfort, you bring yourself one step closer to achieving it. Most people underestimate the power of small decisions because they look for instant results. We live in a world that celebrates overnight success but forgets the years of struggle behind it. But the truth is, greatness is never built overnight. It's built in silence, in moments when no one is watching, in the quiet battles between what's easy and what's right, when you decide to wake up early, study for an extra hour, or stay consistent in your work. Those small decisions compound. Over time, they transform into habits, and those habits shape your character. And your character ultimately determines your future. Think of it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't see a tree the next day. You water it, you protect it, and you nurture it even when it shows no visible growth. But eventually that seed breaks through the ground and begins to grow. Your daily choices are those seeds. You might not see immediate results, but every good decision is an investment in your future self. The people who win in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who make the right decisions consistently and refuse to quit. Every choice has a cost. When you choose to do one thing, you're also choosing not to do another. Choosing to watch another episode on Netflix might cost you the time you could have spent learning a new skill. Choosing to complain might cost you the energy you could have used to create change. Every choice, whether you realize it or not, carries weight. The sooner you become aware of this, the sooner you can take control of your life's direction. And here's the truth. No one else can make these choices for you. Your parents, your friends, your teachers, they can guide you, but they can't decide for you. You have to take responsibility for where your life is headed. Blaming circumstances or waiting for motivation won't move you forward. What will move you forward is the awareness that every moment is an opportunity to become better, stronger, and wiser than you were yesterday. Many people get stuck waiting for the perfect time to start chasing their dreams. But perfection is a myth. There's no perfect time, only this time. The more you wait, the more opportunities you let slip away. The people who succeed are not those who had ideal conditions, they are those who started with what they had, right where they were. They made the most of their today because they knew tomorrow isn't promised. When you realize that every decision has the power to either build or destroy your future, you start living with more purpose. You stop wasting time on distractions, and you start prioritizing growth. You stop chasing temporary comfort, and you start building lasting success. You begin to understand that success is not about doing everything at once, but about doing the right things consistently. Each choice becomes a brick in the foundation of your dream, and with each brick, your future begins to take shape. So, if you want a better tomorrow, start by making better decisions today. Choose to focus. Choose to act. Choose to believe in yourself. Because the truth is, your dreams are not built by chance. They are built by choice, and every choice you make today is quietly writing the story of your tomorrow. Having plans or dreams means nothing without action. You can have the most brilliant ideas, the most detailed vision boards, and the most inspiring goals written down, but if you never take action, they will remain just words on paper. Dreams are the starting point, but action is the bridge that turns them into reality. The world is full of dreamers who never move beyond the thinking stage, people who had potential but lacked the courage to begin. What separates those who achieve from those who only imagine is one thing: the willingness to take consistent action, no matter how uncertain or imperfect it feels. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. Waiting for everything to line up perfectly is just another form of procrastination disguised as preparation. You might tell yourself you'll start when you have more time, more money, more confidence, but that day rarely comes. The only perfect moment to start is now, in this very moment. Because every day you delay, your dream gets further away and your fear gets stronger. Progress doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. Even if your first step is small or clumsy, it's still a step forward. And one step forward is always better than standing still. Think about every successful person you know: athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, artists. None of them started with perfect conditions. Most began with uncertainty, fear, and self-doubt. But they took action anyway. They learned by doing, they grew through failure, and they built momentum one decision at a time. Action breeds confidence. The more you do, the more you learn, the more you learn, the more capable you become. It's a cycle of growth that begins the moment you decide to move. But when you stand still, that cycle never starts. You remain trapped in the comfort of someday, and someday never arrives. Procrastination is a silent killer of dreams. It convinces you that you're being patient when in reality, you're losing time. You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, and next week turns into next year. You may still talk about your goals, but talking is not the same as doing. The only thing that moves you forward is action. Even the smallest effort, making a phone call, writing a paragraph, practicing a skill, matters more than endless planning, because every small step builds momentum, and momentum is what turns ordinary effort into extraordinary progress. Action also creates clarity. Many people hesitate because they don't know exactly where to begin, or they're afraid of making mistakes. But clarity doesn't come before action. It comes through action. You don't have to have it all figured out to start. You just have to start to figure it out. When you move, you learn what works and what doesn't. You gain experience that no amount of thinking can give you. Waiting to feel ready is like waiting for a ship that will never arrive. Readiness is built in motion, not in hesitation. Perfection is another trap that keeps people from acting. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. You just need to be consistent. Every expert was once a beginner who dared to be imperfect. Every masterpiece started as a rough sketch. Every successful journey began with a single uncertain step. When you focus too much on doing everything perfectly, you paralyze yourself with fear of failure. But when you accept that mistakes are part of the process, you free yourself to grow. Progress is messy, uncomfortable, and unpredictable, but it's also powerful. Every stumble teaches you something that perfection never could. It's also important to understand that action builds habits and habits build success. When you take small, consistent actions every day, you create momentum that becomes unstoppable over time. The key is not to do everything at once, but to start with what you can. Maybe it's 10 minutes a day, maybe it's one small task. What matters is that you begin, because once you start, your mind shifts from I can't to I can. Each small victory builds confidence, and that confidence fuels bigger actions. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far those small steps have taken you. So many people waste years waiting for motivation to appear, not realizing that motivation comes after action, not before it. You don't get inspired and then act. You act and then inspiration grows. The moment you take that first step, you ignite something within yourself. That spark becomes fuel, and that fuel keeps you moving forward even when things get hard. The discipline to act consistently, even without motivation, is what separates the dreamers from the doers. You don't have to know how the entire path will unfold. You just have to trust yourself enough to take the first step. Every great journey starts with that simple decision to begin, because the gap between wanting something and having it is filled with action, persistence, and courage. The longer you wait, the wider that gap becomes. But the moment you move, no matter how imperfectly, you begin to close that distance. What you repeatedly do defines your future. Every single day, through your actions, you are quietly writing the story of your life. The habits you build, the routines you follow, and the choices you repeat shape who you become. Success is never the result of one grand moment or one lucky break. It's the outcome of consistent efforts, small daily wins, and habits that compound over time. Your habits are the invisible architecture of your destiny. They determine whether you grow stronger or weaker, closer to your dreams or further away from them. Discipline, focus, and persistence are the cornerstones of these life-shaping habits. Discipline gives you the power to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Focus keeps your attention locked on what truly matters, cutting through distractions that waste your time and energy. Persistence ensures that when challenges appear, and they always do, you don't give up. Together, these three habits transform ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. They build character, resilience, and an unstoppable drive to keep going, no matter the circumstances. But building these habits isn't easy. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they lack consistency. They start strong, full of enthusiasm, but lose momentum when results don't appear right away. The truth is, the beginning of any journey is slow. You won't see instant progress. You might even feel like your efforts don't matter. But what you do consistently, even when it seems insignificant, eventually compounds. Just like money grows through compound interest, your actions multiply over time, producing results far greater than you could imagine. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your future. When you wake up early to work on your goals, when you practice your craft daily, when you push through fatigue or self-doubt, those moments count. They might seem small today, but they add up to something powerful tomorrow. The person who exercises for 20 minutes every day will always be healthier than the one who works out intensely once a month. The student who studies 1 hour a day will always outperform the one who crams at the last moment. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. Small, smart actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary outcomes. Focus plays a critical role in shaping your habits. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, endless notifications, constant noise. It's easy to lose hours scrolling, comparing, and consuming instead of creating. But focus is what separates achievers from dreamers. When you commit to your goals and protect your time from distractions, you create space for growth. Your energy flows where your attention goes. If you give your attention to negativity or procrastination, you feed them. If you give it to progress and learning, you feed success. Focus is not about doing more, it's about doing what truly matters and doing it well. Persistence is the glue that holds everything together. There will be days when you want to quit, when your effort feels pointless and your motivation disappears. That's when persistence matters most. Every successful person has faced failure, doubt, and setbacks, but they kept going. Persistence is about showing up even when results are invisible, trusting that consistency will eventually pay off. It's about believing in the process, not just the outcome. The more you persist, the stronger you become, and the closer you move toward your goals. It's easy to underestimate the long-term power of small habits because their effects aren't immediate. Eating one healthy meal doesn't transform your body, and reading one book doesn't make you an expert. But when you do those things repeatedly, every single day, the transformation becomes undeniable. The changes happen slowly at first, then suddenly all at once. You look back and realize how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how those simple habits completely reshaped your life. The key is to build habits that serve your future, not sabotage it. Ask yourself daily, is what I'm doing today moving me closer to the person I want to become? If your actions align with your vision, keep going. If not, change them. Because your habits are not just what you do, they are who you are becoming. The future is not built by big moments of inspiration. It's built by small moments of dedication repeated over and over. When you master your habits, you master your future. Success doesn't demand perfection, it demands consistency. You don't need to change everything overnight, you just need to commit to improving a little every day. Over time, those small improvements stack up. creating unstoppable momentum. The power of habits lies in their quiet persistence. They work in the background, shaping your thoughts, actions, and results until one day you become exactly the person you've been working to be. Every minute wasted is an opportunity lost. Time is the most valuable resource we have, more precious than money, talent, or even knowledge. Because once it's gone, it never comes back. You can earn back money, rebuild relationships, or learn new skills, but you can never recover lost time. The clock is always ticking, silently reminding us that every second we spend doing nothing meaningful is a moment we can never reclaim. How you use your time today determines who you become tomorrow. Every decision, every habit, every action you take or choose not to take is shaping your future right now. Many people live as if they have unlimited time. They tell themselves they'll start later, later they'll chase their dreams, later they'll change their habits, later they'll become the person they want to be. But later is an illusion. Tomorrow is never guaranteed, and time doesn't pause for anyone. The days you waste thinking, "I'll start soon," are the same days someone else is using to grow, to learn, and to take action. Those who value their time rise above those who waste it. Time doesn't discriminate. Everyone gets the same 24 hours each day, but how you use those hours defines your destiny. The greatest tragedy is not that life ends too soon, it's that people wait too long to start living it. Every moment you waste scrolling endlessly through social media, overthinking your plans, or drowning in excuses is a moment you could have used to make progress toward your goals. Small amounts of wasted time may seem harmless, but they add up quickly. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Soon, hours are gone and opportunities are lost. The people who succeed in life understand that time is their greatest ally. They protect it fiercely, using it with purpose and direction. Success doesn't come to those who have more time. It comes to those who use their time better. Think about the most accomplished individuals in the world. They don't have more hours in a day than you do. The difference is how they manage their moments. They prioritize what matters, eliminate distractions, and dedicate their time to actions that move them closer to their goals. They understand that time wasted today will become regret tomorrow. Every minute invested in learning, working, or improving themselves compounds into success later. Every minute wasted on meaningless distractions compounds into frustration, stagnation, and lost potential. Time is like a silent teacher. It rewards those who respect it and punishes those who take it for granted. When you waste time, you're not just losing minutes. You're losing momentum. You're training your mind to settle for comfort instead of progress. On the other hand, when you use your time wisely, when you focus on growth, productivity, and purpose, you build discipline, and that discipline transforms into long-term success. The best use of time is not about being busy, it's about being intentional. Busyness is motion without direction, but productivity is progress with purpose. You must understand that time is more powerful than motivation. Motivation fades, but time keeps moving. Whether you act or not, the clock continues ticking. If you don't take control of your time, it will control you. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to catch up. Every second is an opportunity to build, to learn, to grow, or to change something about your life. The greatest gift you can give yourself is using your time for something that matters, something that brings you closer to your potential. Time also has a way of exposing truth. Years from now, you'll look back and realize that every decision, every use of your time created the life you're living. If you spent your time wisely, you'll be grateful. If you wasted it, you'll wish you had started sooner. The future version of you is watching the choices you make today. Will they thank you for being disciplined, or will they resent you for wasting the time they needed to succeed? The answer lies in what you do with your time right now. There will always be distractions, entertainment, comfort, people, or fears pulling your attention away from your goals. Every time you push yourself to study a little longer, train a little harder, the temporary pain of sacrifice will one day feel like nothing compared to the pride of achievement. What feels hard today will feel worth it tomorrow. Every moment of struggle is a seed, and one day those seeds will bloom into opportunities, success, and confidence that your future self will deeply appreciate. So, imagine that meeting again, the one between you and your future self. Picture the version of you 5 or 10 years from now. What kind of life are they living? What kind of person are they? Are they proud of your discipline, your effort, and your resilience? Or are they weighed down by the regrets of time wasted and chances ignored? The answer depends entirely on what you choose to do now. Your future self can either be your biggest admirer or your biggest reminder. Every choice, every habit, every bit of effort you give today is shaping that person right now. The future you dream of is waiting, and it's depending on what you do today to make it real. Every moment you live, every decision you make, and every action you take is building the foundation of your future. Life isn't shaped by chance, it's shaped by choice. The person you will become 5, 10, or even 20 years from now is being created right now, in this very moment, through what you do today. Your future depends on your ability to take control of your present. It depends on whether you have the courage to stop waiting and start acting, to stop dreaming and start doing, to stop wasting time and start using it wisely. Every day is a new opportunity, a blank page that allows you to rewrite your story and move closer to the life you desire. The truth is, success isn't about luck or timing. It's about consistent effort, purposeful habits, and the discipline to do what others aren't willing to do. Every small decision you make, to wake up early, to stay focused, to put in that extra effort, compounds over time and turns into something extraordinary. Your habits are the silent architects of your destiny. What you repeatedly do, think, and believe determines the quality of your future. You can't wish your way into success, you must work your way toward it, one step at a time, one decision at a time. The people who build powerful futures are not those who had perfect circumstances. They are the ones who made imperfect actions count. They didn't wait for motivation. They acted, even when it was hard. They didn't seek comfort. They sought growth. They didn't let fear stop them. They used it as fuel. Action is the bridge between wanting and having. Dreams only become real when you're willing to move beyond intention and take consistent action. You can plan, prepare, and visualize all you want, but until you act, your dreams will stay in your mind instead of becoming your reality. Time is the greatest equalizer. Every single person on this planet gets the same 24 hours each day. The difference lies in how you use them. Every minute wasted is a piece of your future thrown away. You don't have to do everything, but you must do something. You must use each day with intention, with purpose, and with gratitude. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the life you're living is nothing more than the accumulation of how you chose to spend your time. Time doesn't pause for your excuses. It keeps moving forward, taking your potential with it if you let it. The only way to honor time is to use it to build something meaningful. Discipline, focus, and persistence. These are the true superpowers of success. Discipline gives you control over your impulses. Focus keeps your energy directed toward what matters most. Persistence keeps you moving when everything inside you says stop. Together, they build momentum. And momentum is what turns ordinary effort into extraordinary success. You don't have to move fast, you just have to keep moving. Consistency beats perfection every time. The person who keeps going, even when it's hard, will always surpass the one who starts and stops over and over again. Your mindset determines your direction. If you believe you can, you will. If you believe you can't, you won't. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your future. Success starts in the mind, with belief, vision, and determination. You have to see it before you can achieve it. You have to believe it before you can build it. The strongest foundation you can create for your future is a mindset rooted in growth, resilience, and faith in your ability to overcome. And one day, you will meet the future version of yourself, the person built by your today. That person will either thank you or regret the choices you made. They will either live with pride, peace, and fulfillment, or with frustration and what ifs. You are building that person right now, whether you realize it or not. The sacrifices you make today, the effort you give, and the mindset you strengthen are all gifts to your future self. Every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you stay consistent when it would be easier to quit, you're preparing your future self for greatness. So, don't take this day for granted. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. The only perfect moment is now, this second, this breath, this opportunity. Use it. Turn your intentions into action, your habits into strength, and your time into legacy. Because your future isn't something distant or uncertain. It's being written right now, and the pen is in your hands. Your future depends on what you do today. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. The dreams you see, the success you crave, the life you want to live all begin the moment you decide to take action. You are capable, you are powerful, you are in control. The question is, when your future self looks back, will they thank you for the choices you made, or will they wish you had started sooner? The answer begins with what you choose to do right now, in this very moment.